What if I told you that growing older is a lot like growing up, but better? What if I told you there's a name for this phase of life? One where you're still becoming, still growing, but with the wisdom to know who you really are. It's called Latalescence, and it's a lot like adolescence, just with fewer bad decisions and way more self respect. We live in a culture that tells us aging is something to hide, fight, or feel ashamed of. Wrinkles? Shame. Gray hair? Shame. Even slowing down feels like failure. But here's the truth, it's not a failure, it's a privilege. You've earned these years. You've earned the lines on your face, the wisdom in your mind, and the pride that comes from simply being here right now. Adolescence is a new stage of life. It's the broadening phase where you're still growing, still learning, and still discovering. But now you're doing it with purpose and clarity. Like adolescence, adolescence is a time of becoming. But where adolescence is messy and chaotic, adolescence is grounded. It's a time to own who you are and what you've lived through. I felt it myself, the contradictions, wisdom versus grief, agency versus limitations. It's proof that growth doesn't stop, it deepens. Think about adolescence. It's full of growth, but it's also full of confusion, insecurities, and bad haircuts. Adolescence is searching for identity. Adolescence is owning your identity. Adolescence is living for approval mostly. Adolescence is living for purpose. Adolescence full of chaotic emotions. Adolescence a lot more calm reflection. Adolescence often lonely and reactive. Adolescence hopefully connected and intentional. Adolescence is like adolescence, only this time you're the adult you've always wanted to be. Adolescence is full of shame, feeling awkward, not enough, or out of place. But adolescence, this is where you can transform shame into pride. Sure, there's grief in aging. There's awareness that time is limited. But adolescence turns that awareness into action, into agency. It's about owning your story and sharing it with generosity with others. Your wrinkles aren't shameful, they're proof you've loved, laughed, and lived. That's not shame, that's beauty. So, what if we stopped hiding our age? What if we stopped fighting time and started embracing it? What if we made late adolescence a movement? If you're in late adolescence, own it. Share your story. Connect with others. Let's model a life of wisdom, pride, and kindness. And let's show younger generations that aging is not the end of becoming, it's the beginning of becoming more. Late adolescence, all the growth, a lot less chaos, and lots to be proud of. Oh, and another thing. One of the nice things about being a psychologist with considerable experience that comes only from years of practice and study, well, I get to make up my own developmental stages. I mean, why not? Late adolescence works for me. In fact, I've decided there's early, middle, and late adolescence. Me, I'm in early late adolescence. I'll let you know when I enter middle late adolescence. It's going to be a while. Dr. Scott Conkright signing off. Please join me. We'd love to hear your comments.